Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, August 27th, 2026. I think I started this video way too late, but we'll just talk for 10 or 15 minutes and I don't know what it is. It's become a pattern for me to just wait all day thinking about doing a video and then starting to prepare it way too late and then starting it way too late. But we're going to try to clear the last half of these panels. And one of these days, all the panels will be clear and I'll be able to shut down my computer and update and everything. But for now, we're going to talk about Dolly Parton. I have decided, even almost immediately, that I refuse to believe she's dead. It's out of Nashville. It feels like another Trump kind of 4D chess move. Dolly would be the very person, I think, in the world to go for this. I put out a request and said, anybody out there with money or connections, if you want to help world peace, just approach Trump, ask him what's going on, and help him any way you can to take down the 16th Amendment. And, it's quite a sacrifice. 80 years old, by the way, is not an age of death anymore. We could all be Betty Whites now. The real age and longevity is in the 90s and in the hundreds now. So just think, oh, she was 80 and it's time to go, especially of cancer. Once you reach 60 or 70, you don't die of cancer. I mean, really, you don't contract it all of a sudden and then die of it that late in life. You usually die of other causes. So it just seems set up again. And I have other feelers telling me that it's a fake death and that she's now in a safe place. When she canceled her Las Vegas residency at the same place, Caesar's Palace, where Kelly was singing, and I was in constant having fits about the tobacco swamp being very present there and there being some kind of violence, and then she canceled and she said it was illness, or everybody assumed it was illness. I just thought it was the same reason Kelly canceled. It was just the threat of violence was just too much. Even 2% threat, even 5% threat is too much. And she canceled. That's why she canceled. I think because of her fortune, what is it, 500 million, between 500, something like that, 500 million people. This is nothing to shake a stick at for the swamp creatures who are the gay Nazi, especially tobacco swamp, that's imploding right now, getting desperate. They're going to go after money. I think Hayden Panettiere was a fake death, and now out of Nashville, another one is Dolly is a fake death, and it's all done. I've just decided that. That's it. I mean, you could do whatever you want with it, but one of the signals was her on the Kelly Clarkson show. They're doing all week. There's this fantastic idea, by the way, baby girl. It's just all this week. The last 6 episodes are going to be 5 episodes this week are the best of the Kelly Clarkson show, and then next Monday will be episode 180. Which will be, this is 175, 176, 177. Yeah, 180 will be the last show on Monday. I love the way you did this. It's great. I didn't start watching the first year except a little bit in March of 2020. I started paying attention. Right when I saw, the story, okay? It's like Hopelessly Devoted. I saw it way later in March and I said, whoa. And then it's all it's all history from there. I just never stopped watching since then. Too much. I mean, I still wasn't watching the episodes. I was paying attention mostly to the Kelly. But so it's great to see this week all these old videos from the first season that I hadn't seen any of this stuff. So it's fantastic. But the fact that it aired planned well ahead of time, that the Dolly Parton segments would be shown on Tuesday the 25th, and then her death is announced on Tuesday the 25th. That's, to me, it's just Trump telling me that this is a fake death and not to worry about it. And that's where I'm going from here. So Dolly, what a great sacrifice to not be able to see your family for a while. I'm just kind of hoping in my forever positivity and outlook on life that after the 16th Amendment falls, after a lot of threats are gone, all these people are going to walk out now and just say, here we are, we faked our deaths for the sake of the country. It'd be Hayden Panettiere. It's going to be Rob Reiner and his wife. It's going to be people who had super high threats of security anyway. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, they were older. And yeah, she did have health problems, but these people were going to 90 or 100, all of them, including Dolly. Okay? I mean, they even murdered Betty White, and I think they truly murdered her back in the day when I was having fits about celebrity murders. Since then, I think Trump has come in and he's, taken these people out of circulation as far as sending them somewhere very in a protected area, protected place. Maybe they're all in the same place. That would be great. And just until the security diminishes a little bit. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So thank you to Dolly. I don't think she's going to have access to anything, but I think that's what's going on with her. And I mean, out of everybody, she would be the one to volunteer first to do this.
Ring, 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 ring.
So anyway, it is fun seeing all the Dolly tributes, but this was one of my favorite. It wasn't a tribute, but they replayed Dolly Parton speaking with Reese Witherspoon, and I love this segment.
A lot of wonderful, wonderful men.
Yes.
But there are some that just won't give you a break. There are just some that think because they are men that they can take advantage, or because they are the boss.
I do believe, too, it's a moment for women to stand up, but honestly, we need balance in the world.
We do. We
need
gotta have
men
men.
and
We gotta have
women.
good men doing that, and there are so many more
many.
good men than bad. It's just that the bad ones need to be pointed out. We gotta learn to stand up a little more as women. So any way that we can help is good.
Okay, so number one, there are way more good men than bad men. Number two, we need to point them out. That's me. I'm saying most of them are something that I call gay Nazis. Okay? And I'm pointing them out all I can. And this is what I'm doing. And we need to stand up for ourselves, meaning men and women and just the human race. But I think she nailed it when she said there are many, many more good men, many, many, many more good people in general. Okay, there's just some bad apples, and we've been creating them. So, and I've been pointing them out. And I've been pointing them out a long ass time. This was my second Twitter account. I've had 5 suspended. It was called H. Nicole Young. This was I originally joined in 2010. I think in 2014, H_Nicole_Young was my first account. I had it for 14 years by that point, and Twitter killed it on this tweet. Oh no, this was the second one. This was this one. Anyway, the only path to world peace starts with acceptance of gays worldwide. The biggest obstacle for this path is angry gay men who promote tobacco products worldwide. I mean, I'm nailing it in 2014, and I'm still saying this right now. The tobacco swamp is still at the forefront of a lot of problems. And it's angry gay men, and I call them gay Nazis. Okay, that wasn't the one. Nothing sadder than Kelly Clarkson mistaking tobacco gay Nazi bot fake online fandom with real fandom and becoming addicted to its size. So I said mean things, but I'm reproducing this, on August 22nd, 12 years ago now, August. And the next day, my account was suspended. This is H. Nicole Young, and my account was suspended, but I didn't take a screenshot of that. But this was the first one. This is what it looks like. And that was H. Nicole Young. That one was suspended earlier, like 2 months earlier than that one. So I had 2 accounts. This one was suspended, the other one. And I'm just saying this because it's tobacco, and they're still trying to suspend my accounts at YouTube. Okay, and they're still trying to get me fired at my work. And it's tobacco swamp mostly. It's all the swamps together, but it's tobacco swamp. So when I came back, the third account I had, H. Nicole 3, which was suspended in 2024. Then I had H. Nicole 11 as well, H. Nicole 1111, H. Nicole 2222. H. Nicole 3 was actually suspended in 2022, just before I was arrested. And then I had, okay, anyway, So anyway, Twitter's being sued for good reason. X Corp. 8:45. Okay, so I stopped using the very first account I had, H underscore. It said something about TS Jagma FAP, and it was called the Tobacco Supported Jealous and Angry Gay Man Army. That's TS Jagma, and I forget what the FAP was. FAP was, oh my god. Anyway, so this time I decided to change and not put anything about gay men in here, just because I was broadening my view. I had gone to law school. That was a big difference. I was in law school at the time when this one was formed in like 2016, 2015. I was off for a while, a few months. Constitutional law is my passion. If you're able to make a living fighting for rights, you're probably not doing it right, she says, Herman High in the unemployment line. Now, I wasn't unemployed. I was not unemployed when I said this, but I was just joking. But I meant unemployment as far as being a professional anything, professional scientist, professional lawyer, professional anything that I was qualified to do with my background and my everything. Okay, so many degrees and experience. I could never do that and fight for rights. You can't do that, and that's okay. It's okay, everybody. It's okay to become professional and do well in your field and not do what I'm doing. This is just a path I took almost by accident way back in 1994 when I sued Agron, which became Pfizer. Once you do that, it's like once they take you in or whatever, you never get out or whatever. They were just never going to stop picking on me. There was stuff from that lawsuit that was dragged up over a decade later in my custody battles with my kids. I mean, my gay baby daddy brought out this book this thick saying all sorts of crap about me from way back then, and they used that as an excuse to do everything against me with custody of my own kids. So once you do that, you can't. And then now I'm just going to spend the rest of my life reforming family court. Okay, and in order to do that, you have to reform criminal law and the justice system. And in order to reform the justice system, you need to take down the 16th Amendment. And it just leads to everything. And to take down the 16th Amendment, you have to fight the gay Nazis and the infantophiles, because that's the gay Nazi infantophiles. This is 11,000 years of this going on, that they've been running the world, they've been running religion. So this is for you, Dolly, wherever you are. I believe you're not dead, but I recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I redid my YouTube, and it says this. I'm going to read it, and then I got to go to work. Gay males are either born gay or can be made gay soon after birth by infantophiles who purposely cause painful bleeding of the infant penis before performing oral sex, often disguised as a religious rite called mitzvah bepa, or in cases not involving circumcision, it's called forcible retraction of the foreskin followed by molestation. All man-made calamities like slavery, wars, and holocausts are created and run mostly by, parentheses, typically closeted and self-loathing, on parentheses, gay Nazis. That's where the term gay Nazis comes from, people, when I use it often. All right? It's a small minority, but I'm not going to stop using that term, even if it gets me fired. All right? Gay Nazis, who were created through the sexual abuse described above. However, nothing angry gay Nazis have done or can do going forward would be possible without the help of a majority of the male population that I call, affectionately, because I know and love many of them, non-gay dumbass morons. This channel gives a different take on history, on the fundamental laws of peaceful self-governing, and on where we currently stand on the road to inevitable, sustained world peace, as told by somebody other than a non-gay dumbass moron. All right, so that's that. And, oh shoot, I forgot to bring it up. I don't have it here. But then I wasn't going to do any of this, but then I had to laugh so hard. Oh my God, I laughed so hard when I saw this. Today's Wordle was Cut. It's just, so I had to do just this part that goes through, let me just do this. Uncut. Oh, I have some other stuff. 8:51, guys. I got to get to work. I'm not going to upload this. I'm going to come to work and I'm going to finish this completely and talk about this. Uncut. Oh, well, okay. This will be part 1. I'm going to upload it right now because I have a whole bunch of other stuff I need to read and do and talk about what's going on lately. And then I have my lawsuit. My lawsuit stuff is very interesting, but that's going to be another video. So we're going to upload this. I'm going to have a part 2 that's going to describe, you know, when I saw that uncut, remember this, baby girl, when you did, man, she looks like a lady, or whatever that was. Remember that cover? I could not believe it. My mouth dropped. I said, I cannot believe it's about this guy who comes in, and it's a trans woman who comes in with a gun and starts shooting everybody. It was like, man, that looks like a lady. And it was when I was describing, you know, how the mass shootings are either done or controlled or planned by day Nazis. And, you know, it cracked me up when she did that. That's when I saw Uncut, I said, okay, my world muses, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about, we're going to get right at the heart of everything. I'm doing the lawsuit and it's fine, but we're going to go for the jugular right now, everybody. We need to go for the jugular, which is abusing these babies, abusing the boys. We're going to stop circumcision. We're going to stop, we're going to protect them from the forcible retraction of the foreskin, from this kind of molestation, because it just creates a cycle of abuse, and we're going to end it right now. We're going to start right now, and we're going to start with taking down the 16th Amendment because that takes away their money, but we still have to get at it, everybody. Okay, bye. I'm going to stop this. It's funny and not funny at the same time. I don't mean to make a joke about it, but my mouth was gaping when I saw that, and it was like, just reminded me of that. So let's go for it. My Wordle Muses just egged me on to do this, and they've been talking to me all week, and I'll tell you why a little bit later when I go through the Wordle stuff later. Bye. I got to make a bad dash for work. Bye. Uploading it right now. Everything's going to be okay, everybody. I'm living my best life. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. I cut that out of my recent endings, but I am living my best life. Holy cow. And hang in there, everybody. Everything's going to be okay. Onward, Christian soldiers who aren't Christian anymore. By the way, there was a Dolly Parton show that somebody advertised, or they just said it was Unlikely Angel. It was exactly what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see Hallmark that much. I didn't want to see a rom-com or anything else. And I was watching this movie and I said, my brain just really wanted this right now. It got such bad reviews, I guess, but it was so good. Dolly was so good in that, and I loved it, and it made me cry. And I remember seeing this a long time ago, and I don't think I could put it on my rom-com list. Maybe I will, because it was kind of it was a comedy, but the romance wasn't the main part of it. But I don't care. Cute as hell. Unlikely Angel. Go see Dolly in that. I loved it. She was really good. And but onward, Christian soldiers who aren't Christian anymore. You know, of course, I have to say that as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you still believe that stuff, that's great. And Godspeed to everybody coming out the other side in one piece. That's PEACE and PIEC. Bye. Got to get to work. Bye. It's going up.